Hello, everyone. So today I want to talk to you about your kiddos and what their ideal life looks like for them. Reason being, we never ask. Most oftentimes we ask our children, what do you want to be when you grow up? What job do you want to have? What does your career look like? What school do you want to go to? Whether it be trade or college or right to work. We rarely ever ask our children what their ideal life looks like. Why is that? Are we disillusioned into believing that they can't have their ideal life? Because society kind of tells us that we have to have delayed gratification for everything in life. Why is that? Because society says so? Because the system tells us how it works? Or do we create our truths ourselves? We oftentimes see people who succeed in life and we look at them and we say, how did they do that? Because they honored themselves. They worked towards a goal and accomplished it. They bucked traditions quite often and went against the grain and made the decision and the commitment to what their vision of their life was supposed to be. And so I ask you, when are you going to ask your children? What does your ideal life look like for you? You can ask of a 5-year-old. They'll probably tell you that they want cotton candy all day long or something fun like that. But you'd be surprised. They may tell you even more based on their exposure. But why aren't we exposing our young people to as many experiences as possible so their visions of their ideal life grow bigger and bigger, more in alignment with their boundless possibilities, right? And their limitless potential. Our children deserve that. They deserve the opportunity to actualize themselves in the most profound way. There should be no limits. There should be no course of life that's predetermined, unless they're the ones who are predetermining it. Socioeconomic status shouldn't matter. Demographics shouldn't matter. It should always be about the core of our young people and what matters to them. We want to see a world where the computers aren't leading, right? You hear all these stories of one of the originators of Google, not Google. What was it? Oh, he's at Google. I forget his name. But he talks about transhumanism and AI and humans becoming one. I beg to differ. I think our young people can create a world very different than one where everything is driven by machines and not by the inherent goodness and love of us as people, humans. And so it's important for us, if we want our children to be those leaders and be the determiners of future action or whatever is to be, would be guided by them, we have to afford them a base, a solid foundation. And that solid foundation comes in them understanding and knowing their truest, most authentic selves and connecting with their purpose and what their visions are of their lives. Because when we have young people that show up confident, self-confidence is everything, by the way. When they show up confident, clear on who they are and their vision and their purpose, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What a world would that be, where you have an entire generation of brilliant little beings actualizing their visions for the world and for themselves. We should be encouraging that. So I just ask of you to ask your children today, what does their ideal world look like? It will change, it will iterate over time. But start with today. Get them to write it down. Write a little story about it. Encourage that creative brilliance to come out. Journal it for the future. See how it grows. See what your 5-year-old looks like at 18. And see what your 17-year-old looks like next year. Or even your soon-to-be graduate. What they look like a year from now after spending time in a trade school, college, or working, whatever it may be. And have them go back to that. Almost like a vision board for themselves. It's going to be tremendous because it gets the wheels turning and gets them deeply connected to self. And so with that, I would say, make sure to ask your young people, even the littles, what does their ideal world look like? And put your comments in. I'd love to hear about them. I think it's going to be amazing to see. I thank you and have a wonderful day, morning, evening, whatever it is that you interact with this video. And I look forward to connecting with you again tomorrow. Take care.